Tonight, Checkpoint reveals a new psychiatric facility in South Auckland includes 2 rooms specifically designed to keep patients in solitary confinement. That's despite strong criticism that it's an outdated form of treatment that can cause more harm than good. The United Nations Committee Against Torture has expressed concern that New Zealand continues to build so-called seclusion rooms in new facilities. The Health Quality and Safety Commission, a government agency, wants zero use of seclusion by 2020. But despite all of that, Counties Manako's DHB new acute unit, Te Aho Mai, that opens to patients this week, has 2 of the controversial rooms. They are about 4 metres by 4 metres with stark walls, often with just a mattress on the floor and with access to a Spartan ensuite and a potential window view. A mental health patient would be locked in there on their own while under constant observation by a staff member in a room next door. Psychiatrist Dr. Coni Kalinowski is the head of acute services at the DHB. She says people jacked up on meth and synthetics is one of the reasons they still need the seclusion rooms, but they're a last resort, she says. Dr. Kalinowski showed me through the rooms. So what is this particular unit?
So this would be our retreat or our seclusion suite.
What is seclusion, Connie?
Seclusion is when an individual is imminently dangerous to themselves or others and no other way can be found to protect them and other people, and we put them in a restricted environment where a staff person is watching them continuously while they are in that environment by themselves.
How many seclusion rooms do you have in this facility?
Only the 2. Yeah.
Why have you decided to include them?
I think because we have not fully solved the problem of zero seclusion yet. So again, bottom line is safety. In very, very dire circumstances, this is sort of our last resort.
So this is the bedroom area?
Correct.
At the moment, Connie, if I can just get you to come through, there's no bed here at the moment, but if someone was in seclusion in here, what furniture would be in this room?
It would depend, depending on the level of the individual's agitation. Some people just require a mattress on the floor because they'll harm themselves on any sort of furniture.
How big would you say this room is? Is this, size-wise, how big is this room, roundabout?
Size-wise, I would think 3 meters square.
Yes, it's 1, 2, 3, maybe 3.5 metres by 1, 2, 3, 4, and the ensuite on top of that. Why would someone be locked in this room, Connie?
It would only be a very, very last resort. Right now we really do have kind of an epidemic, for example, of methamphetamine and synthetic cannabis abuse.
So if they were secluded in here, then we're in this scenario, aren't we? This door is closed. Would they have access to their ensuite?
Yes, under most circumstances, yes.
And the staff member would be through here, would
yes.
they?
Mm-hmm. And so observing directly.
To be clear, Connie, it would be eyes-on observation. It's not.
No,
cameras?
There's no cameras. We're kind of walking a tightrope very often with the real goal. What is the least damaging way that we can intervene in order to ensure that this individual is safe and that the people around them are safe?
But by legal definition, it is solitary confinement, isn't it, Connie?
It is.
That's the reality.
Mm-hmm.
Can you understand how people would find this pretty confronting?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The bottom line is just safety. That we try a staged approach in order to, we begin to see somebody who's becoming a bit agitated. So we intervene, we offer medications, we offer going to the low stimulus area, listening to music. We have interactive kinds of games and sensory modulation things to offer people. So we try all of those things first. And if the individual is just continuing to be imminently dangerous, to other people, that might be a time when we would consider seclusion as the last resort.
So where is the balance between medicating to prevent coming here and coming here?
That's always the double-edged sword, that chemical restraint is still restraint. And some of it is what people would prefer. Some of it is just what is it that what we require to do in order to keep somebody safe.
So Coni, do you know if you're tracking down in your use of seclusion?
From what I know, actually there's been somewhat of an increase, and that seems to go along with the difficulties with these substances. I think that we are breaching people's rights when they're coming in against their will for treatment. And I think we need to be honest about that.
So you accept that you're breaching their human rights at the point you seclude them?
And I think that we utilize the Mental Health Act to try to have some reasons why we breach their rights. And when we do breach their rights, it's because we see no other option for keeping them safe.
So this window here looks out onto a courtyard. Who controls the blinds and whether the person gets to look at that?
The staff have a magnet to control that, but certainly the staff is here and communicating with the individual. Individuals often are making various requests, telling us how they feel. We ask them how they feel and so forth. There's a dialogue going on, so that if a person wants them open or wants them closed, we can respond to that. Some people will want to be able to see out. Some people will not be able to tolerate the light.
And if they're overstimulated, you will make that decision? A staff member could make that decision independently of the person to close these windows?
Yes. Yeah. We don't want to use seclusion, and we certainly don't see seclusion as being a solution.
So are you saying that the test of this, or what you should be judged by, is how often you use these new rooms?
Yes, and especially in what circumstances and what have we tried before the individual ends up here. And I think that we just need to recognize that the solutions to eliminating seclusion are not simple.
Can we get back out now, Coni? This is going to be the big question. We close the door behind us, and as you can see, once it's closed, we need someone to let us out.
Yes, I think we do. Let me call.
Let's hope the text works. Coni is texting someone to let us out. And that is Dr. Coni Kalinowski showing me there through the new county's Manukau acute mental health facility, and particularly these two so-called seclusion rooms.